Paul, thanks for being with us today.
My pleasure, Dave. Thanks for having us.
Now, SG Blocks is a premier innovator in advancing and promoting the use of code-engineered cargo shipping containers and purpose-built steel modules. Let's start with an overview of your products.
Sure. So SG Blocks, as you mentioned, we're in the modular construction business, and we've approached it from a very organic and sustainable way. We repurpose shipping containers that are aggregating on our side of the oceans because of our trade imbalance, and through proprietary algorithms and engineering and experience, we convert those intermodal units of transportation into intermodal units of construction.
What is the essential value proposition? Why should investors take an interest in SG Blocks today?
That's a great question. Number one, everybody understands what a huge vertical construction is. It represents an enormous part of our economy. Almost everyone's business intersects with construction, whether or not they're gifted or skilled at being able to do it. So the value proposition for SG Blocks is that we have proprietary technology, we have access to exclusive inventory, we're a market leader, we have 70 million plus in signed contracts in our backlog, and we have the premier innovative project in construction. We're living in the era of major construction problems, which gets expressed in our society as a housing crisis. People are building at $500 or $600 per square foot in urban markets, and we're never going to be able to house businesses and students and families and millennials. That price point won't work. So our value proposition is we're undervalued as a stock. We offer our clients a better product in half the time in an eco-sensitive way. And we believe that traditional construction has had a monopoly long.
Talk to us about your business model. How does the company make money?
So we operate as a platform. The proof is in the pudding, and we have some nice-sized projects to bring to market, which I think will be catalytic in opening the doors for the rest of our business model. We provide an end-to-end sustainable solution for people that want to develop real estate for themselves or for their businesses. So what we do is we can take a concept from, I have this piece of property, it's zoned for this, and we can take you all the way through and give you the keys at the back end. And in between, we can do as much or as little of that work, depending on the sophistication and the support network of the client. So we have the capacity to deliver everything. We target 20% margins. Our value proposition on the client side is that rather than building with prevailing wage in 110 degrees in the West Coast and 20 degrees below zero on the East Coast, we can build at a very modest wage in 68 degrees in Texas and Pennsylvania and give you better quality, made out of steel, and our structure stacked 9 high. The majority of the construction market in America is 10 stories and below, except super big buildings in super big cities. So we are a part of that movement in the modular construction that knows the only way to disrupt traditional construction is to do it prefabricated, and we're well on our way to doing that.
You recently announced your 2019 first quarter financial results with an increased top-line revenue performance and gross margin expansion. Talk to us about the growth in revenues and discuss your 2019 goals.
So the 2019 goals is to get top-line revenue to double plus or minus from last year, which was $8 million in sales. Our margin for the first quarter was over 30%, but we traditionally target 20%. We have a very large project in our backlog, which we've been working on for a couple of years. It's a $55 million workforce housing project in the Monticello, New York area. We have a lot of time and effort invested in that, and we think that'll really tell the story both to the marketplace and to the consumers of our product that you can go green, do modular, hit great price points, and most importantly, deliver a structure that's earthquake and hurricane resistant in this day and age of crazy weather events related to climate.
What is the major difference in your products and your competitors?
The number one competitor we buffer up against is always traditional construction, who has had their foot in the door. It's typically privately owned and multi-generational. So that's what we compete against. Of all the forms of modular construction, we're most comfortable with the containers because A, it's a recycled material, and B, it's the only form of construction where you actually start with a finished module built to a 120-page specification, called the Convention for Safe Containers. And what we're doing is applying algorithms to deconstruct it, while all other forms of modular construction have to start by actually building the base frame. And it doesn't make economic sense for them to build what an 8x40 container is 8,000 pounds empty. It is really meant to be robustly challenged in the built environment.
Paul, to recap today, what's the main takeaway for investors?
If you're looking to get in on a great stock who's undervalued, whose backlog is going to unfold over the next 8 quarters, if you're interested in the next thing, and if you want to be a part of the disruption of traditional construction, which has not yet happened, visit SGBX, follow our story, because we're the future of construction.
Paul, thank you so much for being with us today.
It's my pleasure. Thank you.